Hey London, are you ready to break the ice? Saturday, March 29th, Yellow House, 126 Lower Road, SE16 2UE, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And trust us, you don't want to be late. Get ready for an afternoon packed with laughter, vibes, and connection, where the music is hot and the dance moves are even hotter. DJ Val is bringing the ultimate mix. Pastor Steve is bringing the word like never before. Christian Jean-Francois will keep you engaged and moving. Allah is bringing the energy as your incredible host. Expect salsa dance lessons. Step up and shake things up. Engagement and connections. Meet new faces and make great memories. Breaking the Word, a powerful message to inspire and uplift. DJ Mix Vibes, music that'll get your feet moving and your spirits lifted. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite. Secure your spot today. Got questions? Call 073-765-97466 for more info. Brought to you by Push203 Studio, Soul Food Gospel, and Glacier Gadget Fashion. So, grab your friends, bring your best energy, and let's break the ice together. See you there.
Well, we are back again for another very, very, very special show. So, as you know, The Real Deal Olive is on a season break, even though I'm making her work very hard during this season break. But nevertheless, that's all part of the fun and games, isn't it, when you're live on TV and doing all that great stuff. But we have a very special guest, actually. We've got Dr. Angela. She is here with us today. What do I know about Dr. Angela? She makes amazing cakes. Amazing cakes. You know, now I'm not a cake person, but I like her cakes. And she made our wedding cake actually when we got married. So yeah, shouts out to Dr. Angela. She is a doctor. A real doctor, not just a doctor with, you know, she's a real proper professional practicing GP. She's not just an academic. She's a mother. She's a Sunday school teacher, and a great friend as well, and, you know, a great source of knowledge and wisdom. So we welcome Dr. Angela. Welcome to What's on Your Mind, the very special edition that has your name in it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uncle. And thank you so much, Auntie Olive. Thanks so much, DJ Val. I call you Uncle Val.
You see, now we're on in the studio. Now I am DJ Val. You know, it's no more.
All right, and it's DJ
Mr.
Val.
Fad,
It's really
Elder.
my pleasure to be here.
You know, I can't even call her Mrs. Fad anymore. I have to call her The Real Deal Olive. You know, she's got a stage name. You know,
I get used to it.
yeah. See, you are Angela Cakes. That's how you're saved in my phone. So maybe
wow.
yeah, that's your stage name now. Everyone needs a stage name. But no, you're really welcome to have you here, darling. What have you got to say to Auntie Angela as she's here? Da-da-da-da.
I've got so much. Time is not on our side, so we will dive right into it.
So I've got a question before you even start. Wait, hold on. I've got a question before you even start. So how did you? Yeah, I've got a question because, you know, I ask questions. So how did you two meet?
Oh,
see, that's a good question. That's why I am who I am.
I remember.
Okay.
Okay. So I joined CTT, our church, about, that was 2017. No, 2017 December. And I just started to take an interest in Auntie Olive. She just was everything I wanted to be when I grew up. And yes. And I just kept on waiting to get close to her and to get close to her. And every minute I had a moment with her. I'd ask her a question and she'd answer. And then I was going further and further and delving in. And soon I just thought, I'm in there now. I'm her friend. So yes, I warmed my way to her.
You see, and that's why we ask those kind of questions. You see, do you see?
You and that's not a word I give. That's not a title I give to many people. You truly are a friend. That's why I'm trying to keep quiet, because if we start nattering, it won't be an interview anymore. Oh, thank you so much. That's a compliment.
That is a huge compliment.
And it's been such a delight.
Mm-hmm.
It has been such a delight getting to know you. Okay, let me tell people what I know about you. DJ Val, you've introduced her as a wonderful cook. She cooks, apart from baking, she cooks very well as well. One of the things Dr. Angela has is she has the largest heart. She has such a large heart. And that heart makes room for human beings. And I think that's why she makes a good doctor. So that heart as well allows her to accommodate God's people. That's why she can be a Sunday school teacher. But I want to ask you something. Now we're talking about your heart. You're a fantastic GP. Did medicine choose you, or you chose medicine?
Thank you for that question, Auntie. Wow, that is, did medicine choose me or I chose medicine? It probably would be a bit of both, but I think I'll allow our listeners to decide what the answer is. I tell you what, I started off just wanting to be somebody that would make people feel good, feel better. Now, my first experience, the very first person in life that I remember that made me feel so good, and I remember that day till today, my kindergarten teacher. Now, for whatever reason, I sat at the back of the class, and I think it was just, I don't know if it was a height thing or whatever, I don't know what. But then after teaching in front of the class, she would come to the back of the class and write some poems. And so that by the time we finish our proper work, like whatever it was, maths or whatever English, I don't know what we were doing then, she would tell us to turn around. And she's got that poem or song on the board at the back of the class. So we now turn around and she can teach us that one. And the song or poem stays there maybe the whole week or something like that. So that's what she did. So we were supposed to be doing some work. And maybe, I probably finished my work. So she was now next, just behind me because I was at the back of the class. So while she was writing, I remember the poem. It was beans porridge hot, beans porridge cold. Beans porridge in the pot, 3 days old. And I grew up in either Benue State, the old Benue State, now Kogi State. So that was where I did that's where I did nursery and kindergarten and then primary school. So as I was mouthing it, beans porridge hot, beans porridge cold, as she was saying. So I was reading it and she could hear me and she was so impressed because she had not taught us yet. And this was kindergarten. And she just made such a big fuss out of it. And she said, oh my God, wow, go in front of the class. You mean you can read it? You mean you can, go in front of the class, read it to everybody. Wow, wow, wow. So I got to sit on her chair, on the seat and the teacher's chair and table. The rest of the day, I've just never felt so special in my life. And I remember that picture that day till today. Her name is Auntie Bogun. I lost touch with her and I was able to get in touch with her for her 70th birthday. And I thank God gave me an opportunity to bless her and just remind her she's the most special thing. Anyway, therefore, I wanted to be a teacher. I thought teachers make people feel so special. That's it. I'm going to be a teacher. My mom happened to be a nurse. So as I was growing, I think when I got to about year 4 or something, of course, I came across teachers that are not so great and not so nice. I decided nurses are better. Nurses make people feel better all the time. So I changed my mind. I said I was going to be a nurse. And then a few years later, I maybe had gone to the hospital, and I realized that the doctors tell her what to do. So doctors have more power, can make people really feel better. That nurses only make people feel better when the doctors tell them what to do. I decided, you know what, a doctor would be better. So that's it. I decided I want to be a doctor.
Wow. Look, you really are something else. As far back as then, you had this epiphany. Some people are 50, they're still trying to work out what they want to be in their lives. Well, that's why you're special. Now, let's stay a bit on making people feel special and good. Of course, as a GP, I mean that you've seen conditions that are from the very simple to the very complicated and complex. And in this world where it's our health, statistics tell us that never has a generation been so unhealthy. Our listeners are from different demographics, a wide age range. And on this show, we talk a lot about maintenance, well-being, looking after ourselves. What tips can you give us just as the season is turning from winter now to spring? How can we stay healthy, male and female?
Thank you for that question. And it's one answer that or something I'd love to discuss with every patient of mine that comes in for whatever reason. It's just that we only have 10 minutes and sometimes you really need to get the conversation going before you earn the right to start talking about other things apart from why they feel they came to see the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of conditions, there's a lot of conditions that have, even I think all conditions have multifactorial causes. So many reasons why people end up with high blood pressure, end up with diabetes, end up with that. And half of the time it's not, it's, even the ones that are genetic still have environmental factors and a lot of things that are within our control. And I think it's my principle generally in life, whether it's health or anything. And there's a prayer I love so much. And I came across it. In fact, it was one of the frames. In Nigerian houses in those days, your living room is full of frames of different things. So we had the serenity prayer. Oh God, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Give me courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And to me, that should be our life anthem. There are lots of things we can't do anything about, but there are equally a lot of things we can do something about. And just praying for the wisdom to know the difference between the two, the courage to take on the things we can change, and the peace and calmness and just resting in God for the things we cannot change. It's just everything. So in terms of our health, what can we make a difference? What can we change? How do we manage our stress? Stress management. Learn to manage your stress. God will never allow anything to come our way that we cannot handle. And whether we're Christians or not, you can't be overly stressed. You can never come across a situation that demands you to just lose your cool, and by losing your cool, you will fix it. So manage your stress. Think about how you can manage your stress. Exercise is a good way to manage stress, and exercise is a good way to feel good. Exercise is a good way to lose weight. Exercise is a good way to burn calories, and exercise is a good way to allow you to eat the things that you couldn't have eaten if you didn't exercise. So exercise is a good, it's just, all rounder. So do a bit of exercise, manage your time well. If you don't manage your time, you get stressed. You get overwhelmed. So manage your time, plan your time. What do you do last thing at night? Do you chat on your phone till the end of the night, or do you think through the next day what you're going to do so that you can map it all out and plan it all out? Because if you manage your time well, you'll be less stressed and your health will be better. Diligence, that's the word. I think before I came on here, I tried to, how I love a word and I think about it, but I don't quite know what it really means. I looked at the meaning and I'm not quite sure it's what I thought it meant, but it's just being diligent, paying attention is that's what I want to bring out of the diligence. Paying attention to our seasons. If you're a Christian, again, the Bible says that the sons of Issachar understood the times. I'm thanking God for helping me understand my times, understand my seasons, and key into them. There's so many things I wouldn't have been able to do now if I didn't stop some things. And those things that I no longer do now, if you told me not to do them 5 years ago, I would think you were the devil. But now I've just woken up and I'm not doing them anymore because I've got to give time to other things. So that just gives you peace. It helps you manage your stress. So really be diligent to your own timing, to God's timing, to your own timing, your seasons, your body. What is your body saying? Pay attention. I think, I know it might seem like I've just waffled but I think probably your listeners are grown-ups. And if I'm getting what I'm saying, because I'm just saying it from my spirit, I feel they'll be getting it as well. I think hopefully.
Yeah, no, I mean, these are things that we talk about on the show all the time: health, well-being, exercise, good diet. We talk about stress, being organized. All those things go together to give you that holistic lifestyle, and you just reinforce that now. So we now have a medical perspective on there as well. Dr. Angela said all of you need to be doing what we're telling. No, I'm only joking. But she's given.
I'm an avid listener. I love to key in to watch, to listen, and it's always a yes from me. On the various topics. Yes.
Oh, that's good. And
So,
we have some really wild topics as well. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for joining us as well. And, you know, if you are new to the broadcast, maybe you came on because, you know, you heard Dr. Angela was on. Please make sure you do follow us on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, follow, like, share as well. Sharing is so important. Share this video with everybody and anyone that's around as well. It's a great way for you to it's kind of like evangelism, but you're also, you know, giving them some great information as well. So thank you so much indeed, Dr. Angela. I had a question here. So medical doctor, and you did, I love the story as well. So you went, so how does the medical doctor now wake up one day and decide that she's now going to start baking cakes on a phenomenal level, not just like, let me see whether or not I can do, you know, a few donuts. Let's start building, you know, pièce de résistance, you know, works of art. How does that all happen?
okay, so I think by God's grace, I think I've got a creative a streak or something in me. I just like to see how things can fall together. And I started off. I was the one child with where I'm the second of four girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so my mom just had the four of us, and my dad died early, so it was really just a girls only house for a lot of our lives. And we all were different in different ways. And I was the kitchen girl. I loved to cook. I loved to put things together. And to be honest, and I tried to tell myself, actually, it might be a thing of either pride or something, but if there was nobody in the world, I don't think I would love to cook. I love to cook because I want someone to taste it and go, it is nice, and go, wow. So I don't even know if it's a virtue or something. It's all about how I just want to wow people. You know, just the way it looks, the way it tastes and all that. So sometimes I tell myself, look, calm down. You really just, it's not such a positive thing, but hey ho, it is really what it is. And I think it goes into the cake making as well. Now, when I was 25, I made my own cake for the very first time. I would bake just home things and with no recipe and all that stuff. So when I was 25, I said to my auntie, please give me, she made my wedding cake, by the way. My auntie made my wedding cake. So a couple of years later, when I was 25, I said, please give me a recipe. I want to make my 25th birthday cake. So she did, and she gave me her pan, she gave me everything. And, you know, I made the cake and I took it back to her, and then she decorated it. So that's what happened. So at least I felt I'd done something. Then I proposed that once I had started having my children, I'll make all their cakes. So I made her teach me a bit more. So I made my daughter's first birthday cake, but my cousin wasn't going to trust my cake making skills. So she bought a cake. She ordered a cake as well. So, but I made a round one. So it was all right. And so from then on, I just started putting things together. Yes, I was so embarrassed. I made a cake for my pastor at the time. I don't know what it was. Was it Valentine's or something? Some anniversary for him and his wife. And I just said, you know, it's just this, but I think the cake wasn't as great, but I made it anyway. So I've always done things like that. And but lockdown, I decided I was going to learn a bit more. So I did some training during the lockdown at the time, and then I came up with Angela Specials. So that's how I started baking more professionally.
Your cakes are not just ordinary cakes, right? They're like sugar-free and like healthy options. They're not just like a sugar fest, right? Tell us a bit about that.
I'll tell you about that. Now, my mom is diabetic. So all this time when I'll be throwing things together and baking, and I had just the one recipe that I learned from my auntie like so many years ago. So it was just the one recipe. And it's an almond spiced recipe. And I feel bad because I don't do that anymore. No one asks for it. It's, you know, like the olden days kind of almond recipe. I didn't even realize at the time that some people have allergy to almonds and stuff like that, to almond extract. So now I don't use it, only if people ask for it. and nobody seems to even know about it. But my mom would always say, "Baby, your cakes are amazing. Make me a diabetic one." I'll go, "Mommy, diabetic cake. Yeah. Which one is diabetic cake?" So so I'll be putting things together. So I've always tried to experiment for her with oats, without sugar, with this, with that, and fruits and stuff like that. So I've always done that. So when I did this training, the training I did over the lockdown was really just the regular recipes, but more importantly, learning how to decorate a cake, sort of standard way.
Mm.
And then I just started, I did a lot of work trying to develop these healthy recipes. And thankfully, I have a few now. But that all happened over the lockdown time.
Wow. And to be honest, I'm a witness. If you taste them, you would not know that they were healthy. That's how good they are. They taste like they're not healthy, but they are very, very healthy. Very, very healthy as well. Darling, over to you. Go on.
Yes.
Otherwise, I talk more about food. I just keep talking about food.
Knowing you're going to sit with the food.
I know, right?
And then at the end of the show, Auntie, listeners, the whole day, she'll tell you where you can place your orders. It's got a lovely Instagram page, so you can go there and have a look. And yes, Auntie, your confectionery is great. It's your decorations are next to none.
Thank you.
You decorate like someone who's been making cake for years. So,
she said from 25. She's been making from 25. She said from 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she hasn't been decorating for years.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on to, you touched a bit on seasons, and it's a new season for you because you're coming up to a very, very special birthday, a landmark birthday. Do we have clappy soundtrack for her?
I'll find something while we.
So
that's all right. Just put me on the spot. It's okay. Don't worry. Just keep going. I'll find something.
Find something, and you don't want a party for the sake of a party. You've got a few things lined up and planned for this season to usher in your birthday. Talk to us about the projects you have planned.
Yes, thank you so much, Auntie. I just knew that I didn't want to primarily just celebrate myself. I am going to be 50. 50.
Okay, 50. Okay, you're going to be 50. Hold on.
Well done, DJ Val.
It's what I do.
You. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, DJ Val. Yes. So I just thought, I really felt God was saying, you're going to be 50. It's almost like you're grown up now and people are going to listen to you. So why have you got the mic? Say something, do something, make everyone join you to do something. So I thought I'll do it because it's almost, I have a lot of, I have my 3 sisters and I have a lot of cousins and friends. And if I didn't do anything, they'll make me do something. So I thought I'll start off and tell them what I want us to do. So we're going to Nigeria to do a medical outreach and give out medicines and eyeglasses and food and stuff to people in underserved communities. And as God will have it, God is amazing because the way He works with me, and I think that's the case in so many ways. An idea will come to my mind, something I just like, and then He will just add to it, and just bring out something wonderful. And He just used somebody to tell me that, look, I know an organization that actually does medical outreaches for people's birthdays. You pay them and they do the work for you. And I was like, wow. So I got in touch with them, spoke to them, and they're exactly what I need. I don't have to do a lot. So it's just wonderful. We had a chat doctor to doctor, because a doctor that owns the business, Market Doctors, .ng or something. I'll give you the code. And if you want to celebrate a birthday, you don't have to be there. They'll just go and do it on your behalf. But this one, I said to her, I'm coming with my friends, so we'll do it together. So they're going to be the ones doing all the, they live in Nigeria. She says they can go to any village you want. So because I'm coming with my friends, I thought we'll just do Lagos, because Lagos, you have so many little communities in Lagos. Lagos is not all
Yes.
about the lights and the tall buildings. You also have the very
Yeah.
Yeah.
humble areas. So we're gonna do it in Lagos. Reach out to particular communities, and after that, I'm hoping that I will want to, be doing this almost like every year or every other year, and maybe come with a different set of people every time. Just give people the opportunity to give back. So I'm excited about that. And one more thing, I'm excited about something else now, not just for, when you think the vulnerable and all that. I am going to be having like an award evening, and I'm going to be recognizing outstanding carers. So I've put out a word, and I've got about 11 nominations, if I would put it that way, for outstanding carers. So what I'm getting is, I've got spouses and children and relatives of people or friends of people to write in about them and tell us how amazing this person is and how much caring this person was on so and so occasion. I'll give you an example. Now, my friend, I know for sure, she went out of her way to look after her dying mom, and she went out of her way. Her mom lives in the village. She lives in Lagos. She has children in secondary school. She spent nights and nights in the village hospital with her mom, looking after her mom. And we might think it's what she was supposed to do. She didn't have to. The mom had sisters and everybody, and she went out of her way and she did this. And I remember she would call me and say what kind of foods should she get her mom and all that. Her mom has gone to be with the Lord now. And I said to the husband, I said, can you nominate her as an outstanding carer? He said he would love to. I said, can you put something together? He said he would. And he wrote the most amazing epistle. Now,
Wow.
what is touching me most is that on that day, she doesn't even know this is coming. She doesn't know she's getting an award.
Wow.
She doesn't know her husband wrote that epistle. But that day she'll be sitting with him. Somebody will read that and say it's from her husband,
Wow.
and she will walk up
Wow.
to the stage and get that award.
Wow.
So
Wow.
not
That's
only is she
lovely.
being publicly acknowledged and blessed, but her husband has used the opportunity to say, I saw you, I heard you, I appreciate you, I love you. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a son to write for the mother. I'm getting a sister to write for a brother. I'm getting so things like that. And then I'm getting a society to write for this lady that pushes cancer support, this, that. She's a survivor, a cancer survivor herself, and she's just doing an amazing work so I'm getting somebody to write, and it will be on behalf of the cancer survivors. And it's just I've not even just me getting the briefs, it's just blowing my mind, and I'm just imagining
Wow.
how special they will feel, how blessed they
Yeah.
will feel. And sorry, I want to send a message. Do not take for granted what you do for one another.
Yeah.
Husband, wife,
Yeah.
children. You're not doing it because you're a husband or because you're a wife. You're doing it because you have a heart. I'm a doctor. I
Yes.
see many people that are in need, and I say to them, who do you live with? Who's family to you? Well, I have a mother. Well, I have this, but I don't talk with them. I don't talk to them. They, I'm not in touch with them. And I'm saying to myself, that's what you need. You don't need medication right now. You just need family love and care, and they don't have it. But we have it, and we take it for granted all the time. And I'm hoping to send that message. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I know by the time you tell us about the race that has taken place, because by the time we air your show, you would have moved on to the next part of your planning.
Yes, thank you. The race is part of the fundraising um,
Aha.
um, Ginger, yes, activity. The race will be taking place on my birthday itself, or would have taken place on my birthday, which is the 15th of March, Saturday, 15th of March.
Mm-hmm.
And medical outreach will be taking place on the 13th of April. It's a Sunday, and the award night will be the evening before the medical outreach. So it's going to be happening all that weekend before Easter.
So how can people get involved with the race?
Oh,
And the
there's so many
donations.
ways. Number one, it's never too late to run. Right until the 13th of April, please, if you can do a 5-kilometer walk wherever you are, and then, also give. You can use it to raise funds, or you can just take a picture or take a video of yourself, send to me. You can send through Auntie Olive, and we're going to just show all those video slides and encourage people. You're doing something healthy for yourself, and then you're using it to raise money for other people's health as well. I've got a Just Giving link
Okay.
where people are giving, and also another like a birthday account for people that are not comfortable using Just Giving platforms or something, to raise money, any little amount. On that day, they're going to be giving them eyeglasses. They're going to be giving them prescription medicines for blood pressure, cholesterol. They're going to be checking their blood sugars, their glucose. It's just going to be so wonderful. And I tell you what, I'm also putting together a team of volunteers. We're going to be talking to the people. So we're going to be talking to the people, telling them about the little things they can do to keep healthy, just like what we've talked about, reducing stress, and all that. I'm going with a mental health nurse. I'm going with some doctor friends. I'm going with my sister, who is a parenting coach, because some people's stresses is all about their children. I'm going with a family coach as well. Some people, their marriages is what's stressing them. I'm going with my pastor's wife as well. She's going to be ministering any form of spiritual sort of ministration that's needed. So it's just going to be a bit of everything, and I'm excited.
Sounds full. Mm-hmm.
Well, I trust that you're going to send us back lots of video clips so we can give our listeners and viewers feedback, because we love
I
feedback.
promise I will.
Yeah, lovely. So DJ Val will share all those links with us, and then we would please, 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 we encourage you all, where you can't go, your money can go. And we can hold her accountable for your £20. So when she sends us feedback, we can see our glasses and what our £20 equates to. Many professionals here are doing that now. The Indians were fantastic at it. They will always go back
Giving
and do
back,
all
yeah.
of this back home. Yes.
Yeah,
And so this is
very true.
something I'm so glad that Nigerian professionals are now beginning to do. And well done, Auntie. We're going to come behind you on this one. Whilst we're
Thank you
still
so much.
talking on professional what you do professionally. Now, there are many women like you, they wear many hats. And what we're seeing a lot in the workplace is what I call burnout, where people are juggling too much. And you touched on managing our time. You touched on the very practical things. how how do you say to the 30-year-old, like you said, what you did a few years ago, now you're bold enough to say, no, I won't be for XYZ reasons. How do you say to a 30-year-old who thinks that they can juggle as many plates and still come out on top? Speak to so if there was an advice you could give your younger self in your 30s, what would be that advice now?
I would say surround yourself with girlfriends, with a support network, with people that tell you the truth, and listen to them. And I've been blessed to have that. I have honestly been blessed. And Auntie Olive, that's one of the reasons I thought I need to get close to Auntie Olive, because you speak wisdom, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, whoa. So honestly, it's just I'm so blessed. I don't know how it happened, but I just, everywhere I go, I just get like friends that are like sisters, become like sisters to me, aunties, sisters, whatever. And like you would think we've been so close like forever. And they speak into my life. I chat to them about. So that's what girls do. Let's do that and take advantage. Don't be a person that people cannot speak to. Don't be a person that even when they speak, it has to be your way or no way. Listen to them. They will tell you when to stop, when to cut it out, when what you're about to do or not do is when you're going too far. They would say that. Sometimes Auntie Olive will say, no, let's not do that. Just, and that's it. It's just, because if you think you can, if you want to do everything you think you can do, you will be trying to do so many things. And that's where burnout comes in and all that. But I think listen to God, listen to the Holy Spirit, listen to your friends. Listen, know when to hold back. I love Kenny Rogers. Sorry, Christians. Kenny Rogers is, I'm a fan of Kenny Rogers' old. And even though there's this the Gambler song, I don't really like the beginning, but
That's a good
the
one.
chorus, it just does it for me
It's a
every
good
time.
song. That's
You
a
got
good
to
song.
know when
to hold on.
hold,
You gotta,
yeah,
yeah. It's a good
know
song.
when
Good
I'm
song.
listening to it, you would think it was just me and the Holy Spirit and Kenny Rogers. You got to know what to. Honestly, I don't know how that song needs to become a Christian song so we could take it on, because it's just an
I
amazing
think
song. Honestly,
I think it already is. I mean,
isn't it?
it's a life analogy of what you have to know when to stop. You have to know when,
Yeah.
your beat. You have to know when, when you got to
Uncle, can you
fold.
sing it? Uncle, do you remember the
No,
words?
I
You
can't
got to
remember.
know.
I
You
can't.
got to
I don't
know
know.
when to hold on.
Yeah, it's all
Know
the
when
carding
to.
expressions that you got to know when to do. You got to know when to flush. You got to know when to. I know the song, but I don't know
Yeah.
all
Know
the
when
words
to,
to it.
hold back the card. Like when you're playing cards.
Yeah,
Know when to hold back. Know when
yeah.
to put it down.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's talking about
So,
poker, so you've got to understand
yeah.
when you need to, and it's, what's his name says life is like a box of chocolates. So Kenny Rogers says life is like a poker game, right? You have to know when, you're going all in, and you also have to know when, there's a good potential here, I'm going to lose, but maybe I just need to hold my face and, pretend like everything is okay and just see if I can get through this so I can get through to the other side as well. But that's a great song, man. It's a real great
I love
song.
it.
Yeah. It's a real great song. Real great song. So there you go. Listen to Kenny Rogers. You don't need to listen to any of us. Listen to Kenny Rogers. He's got the he's got the answer. But it is, just to echo, what my wife's just said. It's a huge undertaking when you think of all the different hats that you have to juggle around. And I can imagine, especially as a GP. Okay, I got another question for you. It's a GP related question. How do you go home, right, after hearing some of these absolute horror stories that you must hear? How do you go home and it doesn't follow you to your house?
Yeah. When I was just starting, it used to come home with me. But now that I'm older, it doesn't. I pick it up when I go back to work and follow up with it, because I'm wiser. I know I can only do what I can do, Yeah.
You like the Kenny Rogers song, right? You got to know when to.
Yeah.
We
Whereas
keep
when I
going back to that.
started, I'd probably be thinking, and that's what I tell. I'm a GP trainer, by the way. I train new doctors that are trying to become GPs. So, I say to them that you've got to make sure that in each case you've done the very best you can. And you have to understand what your limits are. And therefore you can tell yourself that you've done the best you can. Because if you don't know your limit, you probably think you can do more than you have done. And then you keep on feeling bad about it. So you've got to, there and then discuss the options with the patient, and then take things from there. So but it's I think it's not just an 18 experience thing. With time, you just get to realize, this is the best I can do. I'll book another appointment for follow up. I'll put it down on my to-do list to ring the patient and see how they're doing and things like that. Because sometimes things, even what you can do for a patient, needs time. It might be the third visit and the fourth visit, and then they have more faith in you, or because you've got blood results to discuss, then you can do more. So, it's time is an amazing tool.
Definitely. Sorry,
Very,
go on.
very,
You were
very
saying
true.
you were going to say something.
Very, very, very true. No, really, very, very true. And it's so applicable to life as well. There are things that first time around you might not be able to achieve. Second time around you do. And then by the time, the more you engage with the situation, the more you engage with the problem, or the more you try to dissect the problem, each round provides you another opportunity to do better. Really, really, really so too. I think people who are wise make very good doctors, because they they consult from experience, and they also consult from your heart. You're a doctor who consults from your heart. You ask the holistic questions, you ask all round questions. You don't just stick to what's in front of you. And I think that's what makes you a very special doctor. If your show was nominating doctors, I would have nominated you a very special doctor, but it's only nominating carers. So that carer one, I'm going to think about it, because I know if I think hard, I'm sure I can nominate somebody. But thank you so much. What do you want us to take away from today? So we're raising awareness. You're joining forces with many others in Lagos to help some underserved communities, improving health. What do your desire is that this could be an annual or biannual thing? What do you want to leave us with? What is it that will make people pull up or go to their bank, whatever, and go to the giving page? Leave us with something that will make somebody say, you know what, now I want her to be my friend. I'm gonna put my money where she's going.
Actually, Auntie,
It's a big question,
Auntie
right?
It is. But actually, an answer, what I want to leave is, I was thinking of this word, underserved communities. And right now in Nigeria, there's not a lot of places where, people are they're poor places, people that are poor, but there's hospitals everywhere. And it's almost like people can't afford to get into the hospitals, or can't afford to get access to the care that's there. So there's not a lot of places where you say, oh my God, they don't know how to treat malaria, they don't know how to treat that and all that. That's why I like that word, underserved, underreached. Not because there are no hospitals there, but you're just not getting through to those people.
Yeah.
And do you know what crossed my mind? As a GP, we have a lot of underserved human beings in the UK.
Wow.
I know I'm taking us away from my from what I'm going to do, but my heart actually goes out to them. I know people, and I look at their notes. They have not been to the doctors for like 5 years, and I'm like, what is good? Why? Oh, I couldn't get access. Oh, I couldn't do this. How come the other person, then yet you come across another person that this is their 5th time of being in the surgery that same week, and they're not coming with anything reasonable? So you can actually be an underserved individual. The NHS is there, it's free, all the prescriptions are this and that, and we're not serving you.
True.
So my heart actually bleeds for such people, because by the time we're checking their blood pressure, things are a bit sometimes too late,
Advanced.
and we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's like, madam, how long has you had this? Well, how long this? Well, I've just not had the time. Why? Did you not get our letters? Did you not do this? Oh, I moved home. This, and sometimes it's our people. It might be because of maybe their papers are not sorted yet, or this or that, but they don't know that they're allowed to have a GP and have access to NHS just because they live here.
Yeah.
So good point.
So I say to them, no, you don't have to hide. Come at all. We don't, the Home Office doesn't come and look at our notes. Just make sure that whilst you're here, you're as healthy as you can be.
Yeah. I mean, because if you fall, sorry, go on.
No, Uncle, carry on.
I was going to say, if you fall sick, they're still going to take you to hospital, aren't they? No one's going to turn around and say, we're not going to treat you. You'll still get taken to hospital regardless, or you'll go to A&E. So the idea of just not going, is, I mean, I used to be one of those that never used to really go to the GP. The day the GP ever saw me, he would be so happy. He'd be like, oh, finally, we've got you. Like, it's like, well, I didn't come in for that.
And I think another reason why, so it's either that, or they're working 2 or 3 jobs and they don't have the time, or they're putting down aches and pains to them just being busy. Another big one is the health myths. They believe that the more if you go to a doctor, it's lack of faith. If you think you're unwell, you will become unwell. So, it's this religious mindset.
Wow.
And I see that a lot. And I've had a patient that's come to me and said, doctor, my enemy has headache. My enemy had headache or something. And I just said to this grandma, she was a grandma, not too, she was in her 60s or something. I said, grandma, look, you've come to talk to me about this headache. It's not your enemy that has come. Let's talk about this headache so that I can get you sorted. Forget about, I'm a Christian, so I go to church. Don't worry about all this terminology about, I don't have the headache, my enemy has the headache. Why are you here? Why didn't you let your enemy come? It's things like that. But I think, that God has given me the grace. They eventually, they warm up to me, we talk, and I tell them, look, cut all those things out. Let's just look, you've got this, you've got that. Or they say they already have a diagnosis, they don't want medication because their faith doesn't
believing by faith.
They believe in God, they went for prayer. And God just gives me the access, and I talk to them and let them know you don't have to go down that way. God has, given us the ability to help you through this medication. And I actually win quite a number of them through that way. So I think it's very special. And I want to do a lot of that in Nigeria when I go. So that's one of the counseling we're going to be doing, just talking to people about other ways they can actually look after themselves. So thank you. Yeah.
So I've got a question for you, Auntie Angela, and this one is probably one that everybody would want to know. What are the tips of getting the best out of your local surgery?
Okay, all right. That's I really love that question because it always occurs to me when I see certain patients that have either reports that they've struggled to get access to the GP. So first and foremost, there are certain routine requirements and expectations. Your surgeries would have been writing to you, sending you texts or emails or writing letters, say, come for your cervical smears, come for this, come for your NHS check, come for that. Do respond. If you've got any medical conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, they will write you. Make sure they've got your email address, make sure they have your addresses, make sure they have your mobile number. When you move home, update your GP, your surgery time. They will be getting in touch with you. Now, they all have online facilities, how to book appointments. Make sure you log on. If you're not able to log on, go there with your phone, go and sign up in front of the receptionist. Say it's not working, it's not going through. They will help you. Make sure you've got your passwords, everything. That way you can book appointments nilly-willy, wherever you are. In the middle of the night, you wake up, you book the appointment. You can see the slots. If the slots are full, try the next day and the next day. We do that when we're looking for good deals with flights and all that. Why not your GP? Yes, it's that important. And please do make sure you're aware of the men. Make sure you get your PSA checked very often. Women and then the elderlies, make sure of people from 60 onwards, make sure you're doing the bowel testing. There's so many things that are age related. Make sure you're on the ball with those things. Okay. And then anytime you have symptoms, talk to somebody, maybe book a phone call. We will call you at your place of work. Some patients say, hold on, doctor, I'm at work now. I'm just going to go into the bathroom. And I'll sit there and I'll just wait. They'll take the phone to the toilet or the bathroom. I'll speak with them. And that's you. You didn't have to leave work. So that's how you can be patient with us, be diligent, keep at it. And when you get on the phone with them, be nice. Be nice. It opens doors. If you're nice to me, I will want to book. Honestly, I got this man, he was screaming and all that. I said, if you calm down and if you promise to be nice, I will book you a phone call during my lunch break. And I will call you. And he said, okay, I promise. And I did. I gave him an appointment. I just told him, come in. That guy, I told him to come in. Because he was raking and raking. He was so angry that he went to A&E, his blood pressure is so high, nobody listens to him. This, that. I'm like, if you calm down, I'm sure someone will listen.
If you calm down, the blood pressure. If you calm down, the blood pressure will go down as well.
I'm gonna get you in, sir. I mean, all your complaint has had nothing to do with me, but today is my first time of speaking to you. I will get you in, and I can see that there are no appointments anywhere. But if you're nice, if you're calm, I will see you in my lunchtime. And he said, okay, I'm sorry, I calmed down. And I saw him. And he needed to be seen. So if we be nice, it'll open doors for us.
Yeah. Even the Bible says a kind word turns away wrath. So, if you're out there, there's no point you screaming at people. And we know that you're frustrated. We know that, you're in need. But, talk to people with respect. And, people will talk back to you with respect. And hopefully you'll get what you want as well. Thank you. I think that's a really important tip. Thank you. Well, that is brilliant. Well, I think we have to wrap it up for there because I can feel that this one could go on a little bit long. Well, a lot longer actually. But
the
no,
gifted, the talented, the appointed, the anointed. That is all wrapped up in one. That's what she is.
All in one. And it's really great to get a bit of insight of what you do. And to be honest, I've just got to say this because we get a lot of people that watch some people that watch this show, they're not Christians, and it's fine. If you're a human being and you're living and breathing, that's all we're really interested in. But I think the normality in which you live your life is just a clear indication of the understanding of your calling and your responsibility to humanity. And people may well be out there and be thinking some of those things that you think. But, the most important thing there is just the normality. You're a mother. You love baking cakes. You love serving people. You love taking care of people. You're a GP. I'm sure there's other things that you want to do up your sleeves as well, probably a bit later on, and maybe on your next visit back, we will get to find out all those other things that you want to do. But on behalf of all of us here at Soul Food Gospel, we want to wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we really hope and pray it goes absolutely amazingly in Nigeria. I'm sure we're going to get pictures and videos, and we're going to do our 5K walk as well. So
thank you.
And we will send some pictures, and who knows, maybe some people, if you're out there, you want to sponsor us, sponsor DJ Val. Come on, sponsor me. That will help me to get over the line.
You do 2.5K one day, 2.5K another day.
Yes, you can do it like that. You don't have to do it in one take.
No, you don't have to do it like that. Even 1K, 1 kilometer a day for 5 days. Beautiful.
Oh, okay. That makes it even more accessible then. So, all right. So what we do is at the end, we're going to flash up the Just Giving page. We all like to put the bank details as well. Anybody just wants to do a blessing towards a mission in Nigeria as well. We'll flash that up on the screen at the end as well.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Angela, thank you so much. You've got to give a shout going out there to your mum. I love your mum. Your mum's an amazing woman.
Yes.
I'm telling you. I love mummy, man. She is amazing. God bless you. And you have a wonderful family. In regards to your hubby, the kids as well. They all do a fantastic job as well as being part of that unit as well. But we shall love you and leave you. Thank you so much indeed for being part of our What's on Our Mind. Very, very special show. Oh, hand up. Okay, go.
I'd like to introduce her mum. For our listeners, Dr. Angela's mum, her handle is Catherine. She's the one we call Mommy Catherine. She joins the live chat, and I'm sure she will be joining this when it is aired as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you have a picture of me and my mom. I came across one picture and it's like amazing.
Yes,
so
that'll be a good one too. Yes, good, lovely.
All right, ladies, we are fresh out of time. We're going to love you and leave you. Take good care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Auntie, thank you so much.